Hello everybody, welcome to day 9 of the Nanticoke Newsroom with Bob Kalinowski from the Citizen's Voice. Tonight is March 31st. So, is April Fool's Day canceled tomorrow? You have any good jokes planned? I'm not going to let you put one over on me. Well, I was wondering what we're going to lead the show with tonight when in the 7 minutes or 10 minutes I have to plan the show after the workday. And right when I was ready to come upstairs and film, I saw a headline on the Drudge Report. It's an Associated Press story, and it says, "Booze buying surges." And then it was the rest of, it was a little other rundown of other business type stories, but they decided to put their top headline as "Booze buying surges amid the coronavirus outbreak." Any of us could have told them that, right? It's already a couple, that's kind of old news by now, right? Anyway, so I click on the story, on the link from the Drudge Report, and I'm like, this looks like a very familiar place. Yeah, I know this place. I see it every day. The main photo they used with that story was a photo of downtown Wilkes-Barre on Market Street facing the Market Street Bridge. Of course, they have any place in the entire world they have to illustrate a story about booze buying surges. It's Market Street and Wilkes-Barre. And basically they said it's the streets were desolate at the time because of the coronavirus. Some people argue it always is. I work downtown. There's a lot of people that work downtown, so it is kind of a lot more of a ghost town than normally that a lot of you people might think. There are a lot of people that work downtown, in downtown Wilkes-Barre. So, I click on the link and then click on the photo, and it says, well, as I said, businesses are closed and very few people are out in downtown Wilkes-Barre. But then you look, who had the photo credit? Did the Associated Press send somebody in with a camera? No. You look at the name and it says Amy Dilger from the Times-Leader, which is very weird timing because just yesterday, Amy made it public on her Facebook page that the Times-Leader laid Amy and several other people off, and it was their last day of work on Monday, I believe. And very unfortunate. Amy's very talented, even though several times over the years, Wandering Bob, trying to find a story, would walk in the view of her camera while she was taking photos, and oftentimes she got over it, and I apologize profusely. But Amy's a good photographer, out of a job now. She announced it. I'm sure she'll be very successful wherever she goes. So it's just very odd that a national story pops up, and the photographer who took the picture that they decided to use just got laid off from the Times-Leader, which are my paper's daily competitor, Times-Leader. In other news, I don't know if you saw it today, of the things going on at the Times-Leader, they've announced that they are only going to print the paper 4 days a week. They will no longer publish the paper in print on Saturday, Monday, or Tuesday. So, for the first time, I believe the first time, since 1978, when the Citizen's Voice was formed, there won't be 2 daily papers in print to look at in Wilkes-Barre. We are still one of the few towns or cities in America that have 2 competing daily papers. It's not going to last forever, but it's been a pretty good ride the last 17 years for me, being able to be part of one of America's longest, maybe, or at least still going on, newspaper wars. So I was going to start off the daily rundown with information you could have got off our website all day. We got 212 more coronavirus outbreak cases or diagnoses in Luzerne County. 1 more death, bringing the death total to 4. Earlier today I was doing a story on, I think we did post it online, that Bishop Bambera, the Bishop of the Diocese of Scranton, has granted a special dispensation for this Friday for Catholics. They are able to eat meat on this Friday as a special dispensation because of the coronavirus outbreak. A spokesperson for the diocese said that some folks are, because of the stay-at-home order, are having some difficulty making it out the store to buy food. So Catholics will have a special dispensation to eat meat this Friday, but next Friday, Good Friday, the fasting and abstinence remains. So I actually had another part of that story that I had to do today, and since I don't know if we put it online, I'm not going to exactly be able to tell you what it is. It might be an exclusive tomorrow, but it does have to do something with the Catholic Church, or Christianity, or just something religious. So who do I turn to? I need a favor. You might have heard me talk about him the other day. Father Nash, my priest, when I joked that, oops, I didn't go to church on Sunday, which, yeah, they were not having Mass, I know. Just being facetious while doing the video the other day. So I joked that Father Nash was going to be mad at me that I didn't go to church, but then I saw him in the cemetery after that wild chase and asked him for a quote. So I needed a favor today to take a photo. It's not this photo, it's going to be the photo in tomorrow's story. You're going to have to read tomorrow's paper, the print edition and online, to see what my story's about. But Father Nash, I asked him for a favor. He's like, come right up, we could do an interview, take a picture, anything you want. And since I'm like a block away from my church, that's why I chose my church and somewhere else. So literally a block away. Father Nash, thank you for helping me out, and I'm glad that you're not even supposed to be mad at me for not going to Mass on Sunday, because there was no Mass. Earlier today, one of my best friends, Heather Ravello, known to Nanticokeans years ago as Heather Jones, said, hey, my dad, Jack Jones, is loving Nanticoke Newsroom. Well, Jack Jones gave me a friend request on Facebook the other day, so I'm actually taking Heather's word for it that he is following and is enjoying Nanticoke Newsroom. So out of nowhere, Jack Jones gives me a friend request. And she's like, he wants you to know that my grandfather was Tom Dugan. Crickets. I'm like, I don't know Tom Dugan. She's like, yeah, he used to write a column in the Sunday Independent. He's a long-time newsman. So Heather wasn't as crushed, but she said, I think my dad's not going to be happy that you don't know who Tom Dugan is. I guess that was a little bit before my time. I think I'm still kind of young. But while I don't know who Tom Dugan is, he used to apparently work for the Sunday Independent back in the day. So while I didn't and don't know who Tom Dugan is, and I apologize to Heather and Dad, I do have an account to newspapers.com. So it's like, I might not be that smart, but I stayed in a Holiday Express last night, whatever. Well, I do have an account at newspapers.com. So I type in Tom Dugan and nothing coming up. What? So back in the day, a lot of reporters didn't have their bylines on their stories. So Heather told me when she was texting me earlier that the column every Sunday was called Nanticoke News Nuggets. So type that into newspapers.com, Nanticoke News Nuggets, and all the stories start popping up. I didn't have a chance to read them because I did this in those 6 minutes I have to plan this show every day. I typed in Nanticoke News Nuggets, did a screen grab of Nanticoke News Nuggets, and I found it. So here's Tom Dugan's Nanticoke News Nuggets from the 70s in the Sunday Independent, which used to be a powerhouse Sunday paper that it was so good that the Citizen's Voice, our Times Leader, didn't even have an edition because of the Sunday Independent's dominance. So, and the Times Leader eventually bought the assets of the Sunday Independent and helped them be dominant for a while, but now we're way ahead in Sundays. Hopefully, I like to think sometimes I had something to do with that the last 17 years, but way to go, Bob. No, it was a team effort. So the Jack feature today is sometimes he used to like doing it more. He used to escape to go out of the house, but I put a leash on, and when I put the leash on him, Michelle gave the leash, so she said she's cool with putting Jack on a leash. He likes to shoot out the door, then he goes on the porch and he just parks himself. He used to like walking around the yard. Now he just parks himself and he looks. So that's the daily Jack the Cat feature. Jack on a leash. So now it's time for the daily Laugh, Smile, or Cry feature. This is one of the first things I saw in the morning. And when I look at Facebook early in the morning and something funny that's like low-hanging fruit for the show, it's like already in the rundown. Probably something else can't beat it throughout the day. This isn't I don't think this is local, but that made me laugh. There was this couple that had measuring tape and put one person at the bottom of the steps, one person at the top, and they used the tape to put booze down the measuring tape into the person's mouth. I don't know what it was. I'm assuming it was booze. It could have been water or whatever, but it still was pretty funny. I laughed at that. In addition to laugh, smile, or cry, I should say, this made me hungry. The other day, we have a group chat going, like I said, with a bunch of high school friends, and my good friend Adam Eicher put out this beauty. Adam is a pizza expert, taste-wise, and making it, and he made this pizza for Vito's Pizza out of Owings Mills, Maryland, near where he lives, and I wanted to eat it through the phone. It was so good. And all of our friends gave it an A score. So, way to go, Adam. Great making pizza. Can't wait till next time you visit, you can bring us some. And the Cliff Lewis Random Act of Kindness Award today goes to Rich and Carrie Jackson of Plymouth. I first met them a couple months ago at a Plymouth Township. I first met them a couple months ago at a Plymouth Township meeting. Good people. And this shows even more how good people they are. They made, I think, hundreds of masks. Handmade themselves for people all over. EMTs, people who work in the medical field, people who work in the emergency services field. So at a time when masks are premium, they're hard at work making them and sending them. So Rich and Carrie Jackson, the Cliff Lewis Random Act of Kindness Award for the day. So everyone, thank you for watching today. I think I felt a little bit better than yesterday. For some reason, didn't feel right while I was doing the show yesterday. That's why I had to post it so late. So thank you for watching. We'll see you tomorrow. And as I always say, stay safe out there.